Every retail store in the market already has CCTV camera, but almost none of them actually use the data. The store managers still keep guessing which display works, why customers leave, where they spend most of their time. So, as a solution to this, I built a Retail Vision AI, a smart retail store management system that turns this history footage into real-time business insights using computer vision, machine learning, and artificial intelligence. The system uses multiple UDO models, byte tracking, ONNX optimization, and custom-built analytics dashboard, all running into a normal single loop. Hello guys, welcome to next video by Project Maker. In this video, I would be demonstrating my new project which is of Retail Vision AI. In this project, I will be demonstrating you both live analysis of CCTV video and fully processed report, which will include dwell time, zone analytics, heat maps, and live automated insights. If you are a learner who wants to build portfolio projects or a retail shop owner who is exploring AI to increase their profits, then this is going to be extremely valuable. Before directly jumping into the deep architecture of this system, I want you to see the process output of this system. So let's jump to the final results of the system. As you can see, I have already processed a CCTV footage and the insights of this CCTV footage are in front of you, which are, this is the retail health score, which means what is the score of your store. Currently it's 24 because I uploaded a CCTV footage of less duration. And if you scroll down, this is the live analytics feed where total footfall is 22, which is rising. Average engagement time of all customers is 1.2 seconds. I will explain you this zone concept in the latter part of this video, and the peak zone is second. During processing, I title a zone as second, and after analysis, the system is saying that this is the peak zone where most of the customers are spending their time. So let's scroll down, and this is the traffic distribution in pie chart. So these are the zone names, first, second, third. I have kept the zone name simple so that it will be easy for you to understand. Now, if we directly go to the insight that system has provided after processing the entire CCTV footage, the results are in front of you. So first is the two zones are highly conflicting with each other. So it's saying that please ensure there is enough space to prevent congestion. The next insight is low engagement, which shows no specific zone shows strong customer retention greater than 10 seconds. Which means that no person stand in any of the zone for greater than 10 seconds. The next is balance exposure. Traffic is well distributed, ensuring good product exposure across multiple sections. Which means that the traffic is evenly distributed across the retail store. This is ensuring that the products are being already placed at good positions. And the last point is moderate activity, which means that the visitor levels are good, but they are not spending much time in any of the section. And if you go to the last type, which is of data logs, it simply shows the data inspector, zone name, total entries, total time, and average dwell time. Dwell time is what was the average time of people staying in that specific zone. So if you can see in first zone only 0.85 seconds people were waiting. In second zone it was 1.21 and in third zone it was 1.58. And these are the shopper IDs that were created 357. This is just for tracking purpose. So this was the analytics dashboard that I just demonstrated after processing the video. Now let's move to understand the architecture of the system in deep. So as you can see, I have come up to the presentation where I will explain the project insights in detailed manner and also try to clear all of your doubts. The first question that must come to your mind is that what is the need of this project? When we do online shopping on any e-commerce website like Amazon and Flipkart, our every click, scroll, and every action is been tracked, and based on that the insights and products are recommended to us. But almost in every physical store this tracking is not at all present. That's why I have written here physical stores are blind once customer enter, and they fail to track the following details like which displays are ignored, where do the customers spend most of their time, why they leave, and is the staff allocation appropriate using the high peak hours. I accept this can be calculated manually also, but the manual methods are inaccurate, lack of context, providing only numbers, not behavior of customers. I hope your question of why is clear now. Now let's move to the next slide. This slide demonstrates the solution of the problem that I explained you in the previous slide, which is Retail Vision AI, and it's a customer powered analytics engine that processes standard CCTV footage to analyze the shopper behavior. And the main benefits of these projects are automated tracking, detects and track customer anonymously, which means it tracks customers movement from where the customer enters and how much time he is spending in a particular zone and so on. And the next is zone intelligence, define virtual zones to measure performance. In this project, I have provided freedom to users so users can draw their own zones to track customers in those specific zone. And the last point is actionable insights, which means it simply takes the raw CCTV footage and provides dwell time and engagement rate. So these were the major three benefits of using this project. Now let's move ahead. Now let's see the key features and how it helps this shop owner to analyze. The first is Smart Zone Analytics, measures people visiting a specific area and their dwell time. Dwell time means how much time a person spends in that specific zone. The next is Dynamic Heat Maps. It visualizes hot, which means popular zone, and cold, which means dead spot where no one visits. So that the store owner can get an idea that the people are spending more time here, so I should promote my major products by keeping them in this section, and also do something to increase the fall of people into the cold section of the store. After that, the next feature is customer journey mapping. It literally tracks the customer footfall movement. So if a customer enters the store from entrance, starting from the entry of the customer, the system tracks the shopper paths from entry to exit. The last is the retail health score. I already demonstrated you this health score. It is an AI generated metric which combines traffic and engagement for store performance. It is directly proportional to the profits of the shop, because if people spend more time, they will purchase more things, and which will increase your profit. So these were the main key features. Now let's move ahead. The next is technical architecture. It ensures that accuracy and efficient processing is done, and only based on that processing the AI insights and analysis are provided on the analysis dashboard. The main architecture terms are Visual Engine, which is detect objects in frames using YOLO V8 and as well as YOLO V11. Tracking Core maintains identity across frames with byte track. The next is Analytics Layer, process detection using OpenCV and NumPy. And the last is visualization, in which I have presented the results of the video processing using Streamlit, Matplotlib, Plotly, and other such packages. So this was the technical architecture. Now let's move ahead. So this is a special feature of this project, which is beyond simple counting. This is the most asked question for such kind of projects. How it is different from simple people counter? People count only count entities of people, but this retail vision project analyzes behavior if a customer has stopped, how long they waited at specific zone, where they went next, and this is the actual difference between the footfall and engagement. I hope the answer is clear to you. The next question is about privacy and infrastructure. So the question is that, does this project violate customer privacy? My answer is strictly no. The system identifies person as a ID. Example of ID is person #42 and not the actual name of the person like John Doe. No facial recognition is done. No person biometrics data is stored. It analyzes patterns and not individuals. And the next question is specifically from side of retail store owner, which is, do we need any expensive cameras? The answer is simply no. It works on standard CCTV footage which is already present in your retail store. I hope I have answered most of your privacy and infrastructure related questions. Now let's move to next slide. These are some frequently asked questions related to retail health score and occlusion. I have just added a formula that how retail health score is managed, which is normal traffic plus normalized engagement divided by 2. And the next is occlusion handling, in which the byte tracker uses the Kalman filter to predict the person location if briefly hidden, maintaining the correct ID. So even if the person is half visible in that zone, this filter helps to identify that person and doesn't change ID of that person. So this was frequently asked question. Now let's move ahead. And this slide is related to business impact. The first impact will be the optimized layouts. After analyzing the video, you can simply move your high margin products to hot zone identified by heat maps. The next is staff efficiency, which means on peak hours you can increase the number of staff for specific amount of time. And next is A/B testing, in which you can simply check if the dwell time is increased after changing the product's display. So these were the major 3 business impact. Now let's move ahead. The next slide is of some future scope that can be implemented in this project, which is multi-camera tracking. Currently I have only provided option to upload one CCTV footage and it provides analytics, but it can be simply upgraded to multi-camera system. The next is demographics, which means estimating age for targeting marketing. And the last one is real-time alerts, sending SMS, WhatsApp alerts for overcrowding. So the retail shop owner or the manager can increase the staff in that section. Now let's move ahead. I hope I have covered most of your doubts and questions. Still, if you have any doubts related to this project or still have questions, please feel free to post your questions in comment section below. And also you can DM me on Instagram with your questions related to this project. So let's directly move to the destination folder where all the project material and everything is present. As you can see, this is my destination folder where multiple files and folders are present. Now, without wasting any time, let's directly execute this project to see the outputs, to see the real power of computer vision combined with machine learning and artificial intelligence. So I will simply open command prompt in this folder in this way, and I will simply type command to activate the virtual environment, which is VNV scripts and activate. Remember the S is capital here, and I will simply hit enter, and as you can see, the virtual environment is getting activated. Now I will simply type a command to run a Streamlit application, which is Streamlit run and file name. The file name is main.py for this project, so I will simply type main.py and hit enter. And as you can see, it has directly provided me the URL, so I will simply click on this localhost URL and it will open the project of Retail Vision AI. As you can see, this project is running on Streamlit user interface with beautiful and futuristic elements and layouts and visuals. So let's understand the visuals one by one. So currently we are in the first tab, which is Intelligent Hub, and the important is system information. The first capability is of multi-stream ingest, which means you can upload any type of video file, let it be MP4 or MOV, it works. The next is dynamic ROI mapping, which means the tracking of person in the retail shop that I already explained in the presentation. Vision intelligence, so this helps to keep the identity of person consistent even if that person moves between the zones. Dual telemetry, that I already told what is dwell time and what. The next is heuristic analysis, which simply represents the footfall of the people and heat map. And the last is adaptive engine. So let's move ahead, and this is the operational protocol, which is source ingest, which means upload your video, set up the zones and configurations that you want. After that, click on the execution button and see how execution is happening, which means you can directly see how analysis is happening of the project, how persons are getting tracked. And after processing is complete, you can simply move to the insights tab to enjoy the output provided by the project. The next is resultant intelligence, which is zone performance, traffic share, dwell dynamics, shopper profiling. All these points are already discussed in the presentation. So let's move ahead, and which is custom neural research. I used two datasets, which is of people detection V8N and SIPD. These two are people detection datasets which are easily available on internet, and the tech stack is Streamlit, YOLO V8N, YOLO models, ByteTrack that I already told, OpenCV optics, ONNX runtime engine, and Plotly visuals along with Matplotlib also. So this was the first tab. Now let's move to the model architecture, where I will show which models I used. So first is YOLO V8S, the second is YOLO 11, people detection. This is custom train, and next is SIPD, which is also custom train. Size of this model are in front of you, and after that you can also see the use cases of these models, which is if you want more accuracy you can use this, speed you can use YOLO V11, and for retail purpose you can use this people detection model. And last is SIPD, which is you can be used for CCTV detection, which is custom. And let's move ahead. The next is of information about the basic datasets that I use, which is people detection and SIPD. This model is trained on 17,401 data points across 14. And coming to the SIPD model, the plus point of this model is that it has provided me the excellent security benchmarks of 95.3%, which will demonstrate the exception detection and accuracy. So let's move ahead, which is byte tracking. I have already given you brief idea about this. Now let's do a deep dive about you, how it works. First is association, Kalman filters that I already told, re-identification, so that if a person moves from one zone to another, the identity stays the same, and unique ID is assigned to each person. Then the key metrics are MOTA 76%, IDF 79, and FAS is 30 plus on modern GPUs. The next is about why. Why should we use ByteTrack? The answers are no additional training is required, works well with YOLO detection, handles occlusion effectively, and these are some configuration recommendations if you want to process a video. For high accuracy use this, confidence should be this, and skip frames 1 to 2. You can keep resolution as 1280 into 720 and so on. And let's understand the parameters before setting them. So these parameters are available in next tab. So the first point is detection confidence, which means if you set the confidence to very high, the detection would get slightly down because it will only detect if the model is more confident. The next is skip frame, which means it doesn't process every frame. And the last is resolution, so which simply says that if the resolution is more, the accuracy will be more. And after that is simply saying that you can experiment this configuration by moving to the configuration tab, which is this tab. And the last is command center, which simply shows how did I created this project. So system environment is Python 3.10 version. I use this. I developed this project in Windows. ActiveEng is standby, and currently watchstones are 0. Vision capabilities are already told to you. AI neural network, kinetic tracking, spatial intelligence. So it uses advanced geometric algorithms to calculate the dwell time and engagement time. The next is mission protocol, which simply said what are the steps to start this project. So first is upload your sensitive videos, do configuration and start processing, and simply move to the analytics section. So this was the basic information of this project. Now let's upload a video and test this project. So I will simply move to this processing studio tab, and it is directly asking me to video source. So I will simply click browse files and upload this retail store demo video. And as you can see, this is the name of the file, which is retail store video. The resolution of that video is 634 x 360, which is less, and the duration is of 98 seconds, which is around 1.5 minutes. Now this is the important zone where you can plot your own zones. So as you can see, this is the random frame taken from that video. So I will simply click here. So as you can see, this is the red dot that I just clicked, and I will click another red dot, and the area inside this 4 dot will be the zone 1. So let's give name to this zone. Looking to this picture, it shows that this is the entry point of a zone. So I will simply type zone name as entrance. And if you can see, this is also showing that points drawn 4, which is we just plotted the 4 points. And let's add this zone. So this is the bounding box, or let's say border of this zone, and the name is here, which is entrance. Now let's add another zone. So I will simply add this zone, which is related to, I guess, food section 3, 4. So these are the 4 dots that I have plotted, and I will name this as food section, and simply click this add button. And as you can see, this is the food section zone added. And after that, let's plot the third zone. So I will simply select the multiple areas of this remaining frame, and I have plotted total 8 points, as you can see. And in this project, you can plot as much as point you want, so that you can accurately select the zone. So I will title this as bill counter, because the image is showing its kind of bill counter, and I will simply click add zone. So I guess I have added all zones that I wanted, and it's only recommending that are all the zones defined. My answer is yes. So it's saying that go to configuration tab next, which is this vision config tab. And as you can see, here is the list of models, which is YOLO V8SN, YOLO 11N, people detection, and SIPD. And as I promised, I will be using this people detection model, detection confidence. So if you drag this detection confidence to high, the accuracy of people tracker will be reduced. So it's better if you keep to 25%, which was default. And the next is skip frames. The explanation of the skip frame I already provided you before, which is if you skip more number of frames, the accuracy would be decreased. For now, I customly set it to 3, so I think this is okay. And display resolution. And about the display resolution, I already told you that if display resolution is high, the accuracy would be high. And this is the analytics display. It simply asks you that what would you like to get displayed on the analytics dashboard. Currently I have selected all, and let's keep it as it is without touching it. And in this way we have successfully completed our configuration. Now it's saying that perfect. Now let's go to the processing tab to start analysis. So this is the processing tab, which is execute analysis, and here only one button is present. So let's just click on this button to start processing. It's loading AI model, as you can see. So just wait for some time. So as you can see, the processing has begun, and it's requesting us that processing the video, please wait for a moment. And if you want to see the live analytics, so I will simply just zoom out to show you the live analytics. And as you can see, the people are getting detected when they are moving in different zones, and some people are also not getting detected because of the model accuracy, and they are very far from the camera view. And if you go below, it's showing that processing frames, and this is the frame number and the total frames that it will process. So this is the people detection happening at runtime in front of you. So let's wait for some time for this processing to get completed, and then we can proceed further.
One eternity later.
So as you can see, the processing has been successfully completed, and it's showing that processing is completed. Analysis is ready. You can go to analytics tab to view the insights. So let's directly go there. So this is the last analytics dashboard. So I will simply click here, And this is the retail health score, which is 45, which is far better than the last one that I demonstrated you in the starting of this video. If you scroll down, here is the live analytics feed, which total footfall is 40, engagement rate is 3.3 seconds, which is much better. And the peak zone is bill counter because majority of people were doing payments at that time. And this is the zone distribution, which is interns 45%, bill counter 52%, and in food detection only one entry was detected, so it's around 1 or 2%. So this was the traffic distribution. Now let's move to the visual intelligence tab, and this is the heat map of this project. So if you can see yellow zones, which means the high heat map, and these are the cold zones if it's blue. So this is the visual dynamic heat map of this project, and if we can move the slider, we can see the heat map based on specific time also. So total 98 seconds were then. If we can move to this, so from 29 seconds to 61 seconds, this is the zone activity of the number of visitors and the heat map in that specific selected time duration. And if we scroll down, this is the customer trajectory, which I told you during the architecture explanation that this is the footfall that most of the people were standing here. Due to this, the entry had more footfall, and this was the counter section, and people were not spending time in this zone 2 of food section. That's why the dwell time of that section is really very poor. Now let's move to the next section, which is insights and reports. So as you can see, the first insight is optimized toll through. Traffic flow is smooth across all zones with no congestion points detected. The next is low engagement. No specific zones show strong customer retention greater than 10 seconds because the video was only of 90 seconds, and if you upload a video of 4 to 5 minutes, then this can definitely change. Next point is unbalanced traffic. One zone captures 52% of all traffics. So this is saying that only one zone is capturing more than half of your people's traffic, so which should not happen. The zone should be distributed evenly, and the people should walk around entire store, maintaining the traffic flow in all the zones. The last is moderate activity. Visitors level are steady, standard staff levels should be sufficient, which means that people are not waiting for more time, as I already told above. And after that, this is the report generation. So if I simply click on this download PDF report, and if you can see this PDF is downloaded, so I will simply open it. So this is the proper PDF documented for the video that I uploaded. So first is the video name, video resolution, FPS, executive summary, which is total footfall 40, average engagement. So this is information taken from the user interface only. This is the retail health score, and if you go down, this is the pie chart that I visualize in the user interface, entrance, bill counter, and food section. This is the zone activity. This is the heat map, and this is the customer movements part. And this is the section that I didn't demonstrate it till now, but I will demonstrate after this. So first is zone performance. So these are the zone names, entries in each zone, total time spent in that zone, and average dwell time. So as you can see, the average dwell time is 4.65 seconds in the intern zone. And this is the list of shopper ID visiting this store. And final as the few AI recommendations that I just explained you the user interface, which is this. And the last tab is of data logs, which contains the tabular information that I just demonstrated to you in this PDF report. So this is my project demo of Retail Vision AI project, which is an smart retail store management system. I hope you enjoyed this project. If you like this project, then don't forget to share it with your family and friends. Also, if you have any questions, any doubts, or anything in your mind related to this project or any other project demo that I publish on my YouTube channel, then feel free to drop your thoughts in the comment section below, or you can also message me on Instagram. So that's all for this video. Thanks for watching this video.